You gotta get your arm out my footage, though. Bro, don't be snoring in my background. The people don't want to hear that. The people don't want to hear that.
Are you finished? Okay, go wash your hands.
Time to get it Bumpington.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
That's it, baby. We gonna work. What's that? 19. Target. Switch, 55. And let's go.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. It's complete. Stills. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Hill on the return.
Just go out of bounds, man.
35 before he's out of
way too much.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 38, Jackson.
Ah, that was stupid.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
That was stupid.
Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things that I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Motion, check. Shit, 54.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Switch to the right man in time, bro.
A 7-yard touchdown ground. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on a stage of this magnitude, the conference championship, so many early game jitters can happen, so that score's a big relief to a coach.
Yeah, no one wants to mention that in the locker room before the game. No one says, hey, listen, don't fumble or don't do this because you don't want negative thoughts. That's why getting off to a good start is so huge for everyone. The first score in the conference title game, massive.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line. Mike, down the whoop. 53, Mike. Pick it up.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Come on, set. This is Pittsburgh. I'm not ready. Kill.
On 1st down, it's Ingram. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down. They'll look to run with Ingram. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Right there in the middle, 55.
Second down and goal. Jackson feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
53's mine. Check, 53's mine.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
Oh, my
it's
God.
intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a short return to the 6-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson.
What the
catch
fuck?
made by DeAndre Hopkins.
Why is
He's
he
at the
wide
50,
open, bro?
30, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
Jackson
What?
hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
See how this going.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn.
2 bullshit-ass plays, back to back.
21-0.
That's crazy, yo.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now I got to play from behind.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Marquise Lee deep to return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, he's going to loft one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20.
I quit,
Touchdown, Houston.
Yo, I quit, yo.
Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
3 drives in a row, he got bullshit for touchdowns, back to back.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And his guys will set up shop at
like, I ain't even in the spirit no more.
Line.
Like, it's game over.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Running from the gun, Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Watson. Complete. It's Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
From the 50, it's Watson.
Come on, bro.
Complete. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down. Watson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down.
What the fuck is going on with my defense?
He's down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is on to.
I'm not even blitzing. So where's the man that's supposed to be doing him? Because I'm in man defense. Like, come on. This is shit I'm talking about.
Shot from the 6-yard line, and it's
straight
2nd and
bullshit.
goal now.
He been getting off since the beginning of the fucking
game. To the air
game.
yet again. Watson, screenplay, Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him
so nobody could get him
on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now throwing again. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Here's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Where is he running from?
Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Can't find what I'm looking for. Fuck it.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
And this is caught at the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? I'm not sure that
I missed that.
Right
that shit was moving way too slow.
Score 8 times in a row. We're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got Snead. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Jackson. And he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And it good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Just can't win, bro, when the Madden guys is against you.
Staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it. 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
They go to Johnson again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Check, 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 check.
From the gun on third, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
He's going deep for Brown. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Watson being chased out left. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Oh, shit. I thought I picked.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back, back, back.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Line him up, line him up.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mike 40. In your face. Put it towards down, he's coming.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Set. UAT.
Right there, 40's Mike. I got you. I got you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. J.J. Watt, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver.
Man, Madden took the fight out me, bro.
Be a big part of any passing
They've been giving him
nowadays.
bullshit left and right.
Now Jackson on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Like, I feel like I'm playing for nothing.
Jackson now.
I pick certain defensive plays, make my adjustments. They leave people open that normally don't be open. Little goofy shit just been happening. Like, finally get something going. This motherfucker fumbles the ball.
And he'll be corralled out across
just the momentum ain't right.
45. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there.
I think it all came together there.
Knock the fight out your boy. Like, I feel like I'm playing for absolutely nothing right now.
Right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston
Matt
territory
all
at the 45-yard line. And Jackson throwing once more. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Draw play. Ingram now. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Jackson now. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, 34 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep into playoffs, every team's dangerous.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 49-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Miller. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 3rd down, Watson. The ball popped in the air and
Get out of my way.
intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown.
Hey, he put too much on it. What the fuck was that?
Picked up by Justin Reed. And
he put way too much on it.
As his guys will get the football back. The Texans
I had him
ready
too.
to go
Why you throw it that deep?
Now, that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football.
Deep as hell.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll run it again with Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Watson, and that is incomplete.
But the fans should be applauding this defense right now. That's an excellent job. They force a 3-and-out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
What are you
and he
doing?
slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Now Jackson. Forced out to his, and it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing.
Thanks for tuning in, watching your boy get whacked on, man. Madden helped this dude, but it is what it is. It be like that.
Some teams like to do
Lost
something
in
in
the
the
AFC
end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So
Good game to the homie Nugget, man.
Close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl.
It's your boy Good Vibes. I'm out.
Show the stage and the glitz.